glorify God by His name. That was called Kirtan. From Kirti. Kirti means fame, your glories. So, who is the most glorious personality in this whole world? Definitely God, in my opinion. I think you also believe same. So, when we glorify God by His name, then that helps us purify our polluted consciousness. And before we discuss our topic today, I'll be discussing about the source of knowledge in Sanatana Dharma, in Vedic life. How and what are the different sources of knowledge, how those knowledge are practiced by people, and how people ultimately get liberation from this material world. There is a very beautiful system of education knowledge presented in Vedic scriptures. So let me offer my respectful obeisances with some mantras. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistan Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayan Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurau Sri Yuta Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Raghunath Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kancana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Veksha Kripa Sindhu Be'evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right, thank you so much for coming. And let's discuss about source of knowledge. Have you heard the word Veda? It's very ancient word, very historical Sanskrit word, Veda. And the word Veda comes from the root word Vid. Vid, meaning to know. And from the same root word, the word Vidwan and Vidusi come from. Vidwan means a very intelligent person. Vidusi is the same meaning but a feminine word for ladies. Oh, she's a great Vidusi. He's a great Vidwan. Vidwan means one who knows knowledge. So Veda means to know. And some of the Vedic literature are called Vedanta philosophy. Veda means knowledge. Anta means the end of which, the end of knowledge. It's called Vedanta philosophy. So, in that Vedanta philosophy, in this Vedic knowledge, there are different sections of knowledge. There are Shruti, the knowledge that is heard by great sage. Shruti is the knowledge not from this physical world. It is coming from spiritual world, and it is not the work of mortal being. The system of Vedic knowledge is Ananta. It says, Vedo vai Ananta vai Vedaha. There are multifarious way of receiving Vedic knowledge. It's very vast ocean. Vast ocean. We cannot dive deep into that ocean and then get all this knowledge. So Shrutis are called Apauruseya. Purusha means the mortal being. Apauruseya means the knowledge that is given to us not by one of us. Just like we write so many books, physics, chemicals, chemistry, economy, and many other branches of knowledge. Great scholars, they write a book and send to the university, and students study that books and learn some material knowledge. But the Shrutis are the knowledge that are not the product of human being. They are directly coming down from the spiritual world. And the compiler of Shruti Vedas is a Veda Vyasa, the son of Parasara Muni. And if you see the history of Veda Vyasa, he is not an ordinary personality. He is the literary incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Because this knowledge can only be given to us by the Supreme Lord, so he has to manifest himself in some personality and come down and leave this knowledge to us. So Veda Vyasa did not write it, but he compiled. He got it through Shruti, he heard, and he wrote. And when they are the word of God, there is no question of having any mistakes in Vedas. Like in material world, everyone has 4 defects. What are those 4 defects that is common to all living beings, including human being? Imperfect senses. Yes, 1. Number 2, cheating propensity. Yes, 2, 3, to be illusion. 4, to commit mistake. So this is what our imperfect senses lead us to. It always have a cheating propensity. We do have an imperfect sense. I do not know what is going on behind this wall. So I'm completely unknown about what's going on there. And I only know as long as my mind can grasp. And I have a limited mind, limited knowledge, limited time to study. And on the top of that, I don't have any desire to study. Laziness. So, and to be illusion, we always mistaken things, something for something else. Just like when you come out from the house at night time, and if we see a big rope, we think, oh, it is a snake, and we start screaming. But in fact, it is a rope. So sometimes we think, oh, I am this body, I am American, I am this and that. But actually, that is not who we are. We are spirit soul, apart, different from this physical body. This way, we are illusion in this world. And we think, we have so many ideas, philosophies um, to define our life. In fact, we are always wrong in doing so. So Vedas say that you are a spirit soul, you are an eternal being, you have a body, material physical body, which is temporary. But to attain this physical body, especially human body, it is a very rare. And the best use of this body is to realize God and our relationship with Him. So we can always utilize this vehicle to understand who God is and what is the process to approach Him. So this is one defect that we have in general. No matter if you are American scientist or Indian scientist or anyone in this whole world, we do have this fourth defect. So whatever conclusion we make using our this fourth defect, whatever researches we do, we conduct and come out to the conclusion, that does not necessarily is perfect conclusion. There may be some chance to be mistake there because of being imperfect senses. And anything we conclude or we draw some conclusion, there is no guarantee that it is perfect. But the word, that knowledge that is given in the Vedas, perfect. This is the bhugol, word called bhugol. Bhu means earth. Gol means round. Bhugola, the earth is round. The people have so many opinions, but there are so many words in Vedas that exactly give Saptadvipa. Many thousands of years ago is written Saptadvipa, 7 island, 7 Mahadip. All information out there. So these Shruti are called apauruseya. It's not composed or written by ordinary human being. It's directly coming down from the spiritual world. And in that Shruti, there's called Veda. And in the beginning, there was one Veda, but it was very hard to understand and study because of its complexity. So Vyasadeva, the son of Parasar Muni, who is the incarnation, literary incarnation of Supreme Lord, he has divided these Vedas into 4 divisions, 4 Vedas. I think you know the names of 4 Vedas. What are those 4 Vedas? The first one is Rig Veda. Rig Veda is the word Rig is a compilation of different hymns. Hymn of that Rig Veda is called Rig. And they are very much descriptive words and praise about different personalities, celestial being, natural element like Agni, Vayu, Indra, Soma, in our Somaras, right? The celestial drink. All these things are praised and described in those hymns in Rig Vedas. And another one is Yajur Veda. The word Yajur comes from Yajus, which literally means a practice or a ritual. And most of the hymn in Yajur Vedas are common to Rig Vedas, but they are talking about different kind of rituals and practices, so that they are conducive to specific aspects of human well-being. If somebody want to attain long life, healthy life, want to go to heavenly planet, or want to achieve so many things in our life, all these desires, are fulfilled by following and practicing those knowledge in Yajurveda. And also another one is Samaveda. Saman, the word Samaveda comes from Saman, which means gentle song. Song. And this is the realization of the power of musical notes. Confirm, please. And it delves into the utterance of specific chants to a set tune. So this is the origin of Sangeet, music. All the music, classical musics come from Samavedas. So the Lord is sung by the hymns from Samaveda. Gayantiyam Samaga. There's a slokas. Yam Brahma Barudendra Rudra Maruta Stunbanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sanga Pado Kramo Upanishadair Gayantiyam Samaga Dhyana Tadgatena Vastita Manasa Pasyantiyam Yogina Yasyantam Navida Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namo Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose glories are sung by Samavedas. This is a little meaning of the whole sloka. Samaveda means Vedas that has so many hymns, and they are specifically in a different chandas. Chanda means different meters, rhymes, and everything else. And this also share the large variety portion of hymns from Rig Veda, but it specifically stress into the rhythmical meters and rhymes and chanting in a specific tone. When we chant Vedic mantras, it's not like reading English or reading our essays. Om Swastina Indro Vridrasravaha Swastina Posa Visvavedaha. So there's a rising and falling tone, and then stress and everything perfectly done. So if one is not trained in those recitation of the slokas, then there is no effect after reading. So it mainly deals with this portion. And there is a large Veda which is called Atharva Veda. And it deals with physical well-being of the people, mental health, psychology, and different other aspects. And ultimately, it also connects soul to God. So each four Vedas, they have their Upa-Vedas, sub-Vedas. Like Ayurveda is not the part of main Vedas, but this is the sub-Veda of Rig Veda. Ayurveda mainly deals with Ayu. What is Ayu means? Duration of life. Knowledge, Veda means knowledge that deals with your life, how to keep your life healthy, happy, long life. And Gandharva Veda, Gandharva means celestial singers. Just like we had Ajitesh who was singing in a beautiful tone, melody, Hare Krishna. He can be considered one of the Gandharvas from Gandharva Loka. So that is associated to Samavedas. And Ayurveda, like each Veda has their own Upa-Vedas. So after, and then each Veda has two sections. So I'm going deep into the Vedas now. One is Karma Kanda, the action that we perform for various purposes. And the other part of the Vedas is Jnana Kanda, means knowledge and philosophy, how to get out from this material world, how to get liberation. So all this Vedas, and Karmakanda has divided, and Brahmana is also divided into two portions, Aranyaka and Upanishad. So in total, all these Vedas are divided into four divisions. One is Samhita. Samhita means collection of hymns, like Brahma Samhita. We have Brahma Samhita. Iswara Parama Krishna Satit Ananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. So this is one of the slokas from Brahma Samhita. And there are so many Samhitas in the Vedic literatures. And especially these Samhitas are taught to brahmacharis, those who are under the age of 25, 0 to 25. When they are born, they go to the Gurukula, the ashram of a spiritual master, and they are taught all these kind of Samhitas, and they are very expert in understanding Vedic knowledge, and they are also staying away from active sex life in order to build up their understanding and foundation. So after that, when they decide to go to the second ashram, married life, if they want, then they have another branch of knowledge is called Brahmana. It mainly deals of practical applications of all the Samhitas that you learn in Gurukulam. And after he is retired from married life and he turns into a Banaprastha, then he study about Aranyaka, that internal observation of various instructions that are given in those section of knowledge. And finally, the last part is Upanishad. Upanishad is the final conclusion of all the knowledge. So especially sannyasis who are renouncing from this material world and then travel for the sake of preaching this knowledge, they study the Upanishads and they are completely entranced and completely detached from these physical material attachments. And they are completely dependent on the Supreme Lord, and they only work for the welfare of all the living beings who are stuck in the material world and suffering from different issues. And among each Veda has so many, like Rig Veda has 21 Upanishads. Yajur Veda has 109 Upanishads. Sama Veda has 1000 Upanishads. And Atharva Veda has 50 Upanishads. Among those 1000 something Upanishads, 108 are major Upanishads. Among those 108, Sri Isopanishad is the topmost. We do have that book in our bookstore. Isavasyam idam sarvam yat kincham jagatyam jagat tena tektena bunjitha kasya sweet ma gridat kasya siddhanam. Ma grida kasya siddhanam. Can you explain the meaning of that sloka? Briefly.
Everything is owned.
Look them, please.
Everything is owned and controlled by the Lord. And one who knows this perfectly doesn't encroach on his property because he knows well who it belongs to.
Yeah. This whole world, physical and metaphysical world, is owned and controlled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And He has arranged and given certain quota for every living being to enjoy his life. So one has to satisfy within what is fixed for him and should not encroach somebody else's portion, knowing which it belongs to. So this is the one of the verses from Sri Upanishad. So and in order to better understand all this vast, deep knowledge of Vedas, there are 6 Vedangas. There are 6 ways to study those. There are 6 different angas, different parts of the Vedas. One is called Siksha. Under the Siksha, we study the phonetics aspect of Vedic chants. We end at 6:20. 6:20? Okay, I will speed up. Siksha deals with the phonetic aspect of this knowledge. And another one is Kalpa, this study about rituals and practices. And the other anga is called Vyakarana. It deals with grammatical rules and regulations. And the other one is called Nirukta. It is study about the etymology of Sanskrit words, how it rooted, what is the meaning and everything. And the another rhythm, and Jyotish is study about astronomy and astrology. These are the 6 different angas of Vedic knowledge. And there is another section called Smriti. We were discussing about Shruti. That was not coming from this world. It was from the spiritual world. Now Smriti are the scriptures that are realized by different sages and saints by studying those Shruti Shastras. And they are concluding about their realization and on different perspective. Those are called, like Manusmriti is one of the famous Smritis. Manu, who is writing that. And we have got another one is called Purana. Purana means old. Old. In order to understand Vedas in a simplified way, different rishis has mentioned different event and put in simplified verse. And there are 18 Puranas. Among them, Srimad Bhagavatam is the topmost Puranas. Because 18 Puranas are composed in different 3 modes of natures. There are 6 Puranas written in good mode of goodness, 6 Puranas are written in mode of passion, and 6 Puranas are written in mode of ignorance, to include everybody. So this is the topmost Puranas. And Itihasa is something that happened in the past. Iti, thus. He means certainly. Asa means that happened. Like Mahabharata, Ramayana, we have Itihasas in which different things are explained again to understand the main things. And finally, and I forgot about one thing. Among all the Upanishads, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Gita Upanishad is the best Upanishad. So, if you have Bhagavad Gita, then this is the essence of all this Upanishad I was discussing here. And there's another called Agama, which discuss about Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, and all these things. And yoga, meditation, kriya, temple construction, all these rituals. And within these things, there are 3 people, they practice this knowledge. One is called Saiva, the follower of Lord Shiva. The other is Vaisnava, the follower of Lord Vishnu, like we are Vaisnavas. And Saptas, those who are follower of Durga, Devi. And there are the final section of Vedic knowledge is Darshan Shastra. There is a Sada Darshan, 6 philosophies. One is Nyaya Darshan, was propounded by Gautama Rishi. There is a Vaisesika Darshan, which was founded by Kannada Rishi. Sankhya Darshan was Kapila Muni, very famous Kapila Muni. Yoga Darshan is Patanjali, Maharshi Patanjali. And Purva Mimamsa is by Jaimini Rishi, and Uttar Mimamsa by Bhadrasam Rishi. So, after studying and knowing all these Vedas, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Vedaischa sarvair aham eva vedyo. So, after you going through all the Vedas, the main personality that you need to know is me. Aham eva vedyo. I am to be known by studying all the Vedas. And our Acharya says that in order to practice devotional service, whatever knowledge we have, all this complex knowledge from the Vedas, we have to read from all those. Jnana karma anavritam anukulena krishnanu silanam bhaktir uchyate. So in order to have the best devotional attitude towards the Lord, one should be free from the ego of acquiring all this knowledge, jnana, karma, and completely devoid of everything, false ego, and then surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. So in order to attain that highest supreme position, one is recommended to chant Hare Krishna mantra every day in your life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is the importance of chanting Hare Krishna. We are getting late. I know you may have so many questions. See me later on personally. We discuss about question. For now, we go outside to inaugurate our new office for temple construction fundraising office. Thank you for your patience and listening to me. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.